last year, Chris Downey nominated a safe haven, and Cindy was the grant writer for a safe haven, and she came to the dinner along with Nellie, who was accepting the check, and as the executive director of a safe haven. And Cindy said, wow, I really like this organization, I'm going to become a member. And not only is she a member, but she is our sponsor here tonight in Indian Hill, so we're grateful for that. And so then Cindy said, you know what, I'm going to step up and I am going to nominate a safe haven for another grant, and our members supported it once again. And so now I turn it over to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Joan. And thanks to all the 100 women who have made a difference tonight for A Safe Haven. I nominated A Safe Haven because I believe in their relentless mission to end homelessness and addiction by providing the necessary tools to become self-sufficient with confidence and self-esteem. Having worked at A Safe Haven, I've seen women suffering from addiction be able to keep their children with them while they focused on their own recovery. I've seen veterans, women, children, and men come into A Safe Haven humiliated and full of shame, only to become the supporters and cheerleaders for the newcomers, encouraging them that they can do it and to hang in there. The founders, Nellie and Brian Rowland, they're amazing. Their strength, their dedication, and persistence in this never-ending mission is unbelievable. Daily lives are transformed through a proven formula that includes a family living atmosphere with responsibility, accountability, participation, education, individual counseling, job training, placement, and housing. This year, A Safe Haven added a program for 18 to 25-year-olds who are no longer covered by the Department of Children and Family Services. 25 homeless are taken in each evening. Their clothes are cleaned, they're given scrubs to wear, they eat dinner with the residents, and they're provided cots that are set up in the chapel, eat breakfast with the residents in the morning, and leave with clean clothes for the next day. Everyone who works at A Safe Haven believes change is possible and that everybody deserves the opportunity to be the very best they can be. This year, 100 Women has voted to give A Safe Haven $10,000. And now I'd like to introduce A Safe Haven's president, Nellie Rowland.
Wow, that prom girl, huh? Where was I when I was that age? I don't remember that at all. Second year in a row. Wow, thank you, Joan. Thank you, Chris, for our nomination last year. Thank you, Cindy, for a nomination this year. Mindy for Make It Better. They gave us an award this year called Most Inspiring Mission for Make It Better. And this mission that we have at A Safe Haven was not something, a cause that Brian and I started out thinking coming out of college, knowing, or high school, knowing, or anywhere, knowing exactly what it is that we wanted to do. It was something that came to us because we had an incident in our family, and we learned a lot about the issue, and the more we learned, the more we knew that we had to do something about it, because there is a huge disparity for people that are in crisis out there that don't have the resources that we have to get the help that they need. If something happens to one of our children, there's treatment, there's counseling, there's, opportunities, there's access to legal assistance, there's all kinds of opportunities. In the communities that are in crisis that we're reading about in headlines, actually all over the world, because we were in Ireland last summer and we were reading about the violence and the crime and what's going on with youth in Chicago, and it has to do with poverty. It has to do with the fact that people that are living in these urban communities don't have access to the resources. They don't have access to the education, the job training, the job placement. So we thought, after a few years of talking about it, that someone needed to do something about it. And since we were the ones that couldn't sleep at night thinking about the fact that there's people that are hurting out there, and there's something that we can do about it, and why not us? So we stepped up, and we started this idea of just buying a building and we'd let people live there for free. That was back in 1994. Today, we serve almost 5,000 people a year. The average length of stay in our program is at least 3 months. What happens is when they come to us, they're humiliated, ashamed, in complete and utter crisis. People that come to us are not just there from drug and alcohol addiction, they're there from domestic violence issues, they're there for a lot of different reasons, foreclosures, families that have never been homeless before, lost their jobs, had to start over somewhere. Veterans coming home from serving, in the military, only to find out that they have to wait over a year for benefits. What happens? Their bills aren't getting paid, they're experiencing PTSD, all kinds of issues. Of those 5,000 people that we served last year, almost 1,000 of them were veterans. Shame on us, right? That we're letting that happen to our veterans. I mean, we all have kids, and I have sons, and I can't imagine, how that's possible. But it is happening, and it's represented in the number of people that are homeless out there. Almost 30% of the homeless wore a military uniform, and almost 10% of the prison system are military veterans. So for us, we looked at it as an ecosystem, that's out there, that if you have no jobs, if you have no money, if you are impacted by drugs, if you're arrested, if that's going to result in truancy rates, dropout rates, unwanted pregnancies, foster care, prisons, abandoned buildings, food deserts, all of that. So it's just a vicious cycle. And with our program, now there's a real viable way out. By providing them the housing, the food, the education, the job training, all of that, they get back on their feet. We get them jobs, we get them permanent housing, and the way we get them jobs is 2 ways. We have a staffing company that helps employers find good employees, that have been in our program and are actively ready to get back to work. And we also have created social business enterprises. I've heard a young lady talk about social entrepreneurism. We talk around the country about this issue. We've created 7 businesses that actively employ people. We have a pest control company. We have a landscaping company, which is known around the world for the beautiful meetings on Michigan Avenue. So I want to let you know that the money that you're giving us today is going to go towards helping people in our program get their GEDs. 25 people living in our programs are going to actually be able to go back, get their GEDs. That's a big barrier for a lot of people for not being able to get a job. So you literally are going to be transforming the lives of people that a lot of these people are actually head of households. So when you change the life of an adult, you're changing the life of the entire family. And I just want to let you know, last year, you gave us a check for $6,000. This is a picture of 3 of the children. The $6,000 that you gave us went to provide safe, clean, secure, structured play areas while the moms were in meetings and classes. They help promote educational and development of appropriate play for children. They went to buy 2 new cribs and new mattresses and cots and linen and cleaning supplies and decor. And they also paid for babysitting services, where we're able to pay 6 women $10 an hour to babysit. So all of the details of all that you did, I've created a little piece for you to take home if you want to ask me for it. I'll give it to you. I like for people to see what they did with their money. And one of the women actually gave us a quote here. She says, the lounge is a lot bigger than our rooms, so it gives her the room, gives her daughter the room to roam free, run, get out, that 2-year-old energy that she has. It allows her to play with other children, learn how to share, how to listen. It does look like a home with tables, couches. It's inviting. I can read to her. We're grateful for what we've been given. That's from Tracy, the mother of 4. Okay, so thank you again for this year, and thank you.